Every story has a secret lurking in the shadows, awaiting the opportune moment to unveil its mysteries. Are you ready to delve into the depths of the unknown, where truths blur and threads intertwine? Paris Jackson describes the new film about her father as falsehood, and is currently engaged in a legal struggle with officials over the use of her father's funds. While her siblings walked the red carpet at the film's premiere, audiences wonder, why do Michael Jackson's children hold differing positions? To answer this question, it is necessary to understand what happened to them after their father's death, and prior to that, to explore the truth about their paternity and the reasons behind their differing physical features. The three siblings experienced a unique and unusual childhood, which began with Michael Jackson's birth on August 29, 1958, in Indiana. Michael was the fifth child among 10 siblings. His father, Joe Jackson, worked in an iron factory, but harbored an unfulfilled dream of becoming a singer. He imposed this dream on his children, forcing them to undergo rigorous daily training in singing and dancing for hours, employing violence and beatings whenever mistakes were made. Joe quickly noticed that Michael possessed a natural talent distinct from his brothers, increasing the pressure and harshness he applied to him. Convinced that this would help Michael excel, Michael suffered continuous bullying from his father due to his appearance, especially concerning the size of his nose and emergence of acne during adolescence. This affected him throughout his life and led to a series of plastic surgeries that distorted his features. Nevertheless, his father's methods succeeded in honing his skills. Michael began performing professionally in front of an audience at the age of 5 and became the lead singer of the group The Jackson 5 before he turned 10. While his older brothers remained in the background, the group achieved worldwide fame, and Michael's voice amazed audiences with its natural tone and emotion, especially remarkable for such a young child. However, the cost of this stardom was high. Michael did not experience a normal childhood, spending his early years between training and work, unable to go out and play like other children, confined to watching them through his bedroom window and battling his sadness with tears. This contributed to his obsession with fatherhood, desiring his own children to experience the childhood he had dreamed of. Over time, Michael developed as a solo artist to become the most famous figure in the world. Each album he released achieved unprecedented success, notably the album Thriller, which sold 70 million copies, a record that remains unbeaten to this day. Michael influenced global culture through his music, dances, and distinctive style. Though he was surrounded by controversy, his appearance changed mysteriously, raising many questions. Despite this, Michael was not ordinary. He was affectionate toward children and extremely generous, donating approximately $300 million to charitable causes. In 1988, at the peak of his success, Michael purchased a vast ranch in the California desert, naming it Neverland after the story of Peter Pan, symbolizing the place where the boy who never grows up lives. He invested millions of dollars to transform the ranch into an amusement park for children, including rides, a cinema, and a zoo, allowing poor and sick children to visit and play for free. Rumors arose that this was to compensate for the childhood he never had, though many stories cast doubt on other motives. To fulfill his dream of building a family, Michael had to marry, and it appeared he had long determined who would be the mother of his children. Lisa Marie Presley, daughter of Elvis Presley, with whom he had a 10-year age difference. Michael met her for the first time where she was a young child accompanying her father to a Jackson 5 party. After the mysterious death of Lisa's father, Michael continued to think about her and recalled intricate details, despite the age gap and the changes he had undergone, such as burn injuries and numerous plastic surgeries. Although Lisa initially refused to meet Michael due to his altered appearance stemming from vitiligo and burn scars, she grew closer to him in 1992. After attending one of his concerts, she expressed admiration for his genuine personality, distinct from the negative media portrayal, and was naively convinced that Michael was a normal person. Shortly thereafter, they married in May 1994 in the Dominican Republic in a ceremony attended only by witnesses. Over time, Lisa admitted that the marriage was controlled by Michael to serve his personal interests. At that time, Michael faced accusations that became one of the biggest scandals of his life, though he paid large sums to the parties involved, prompting public doubt regarding his innocence. Lisa stood by him publicly, despite her mother's objections, who considered the marriage merely a cover to improve Michael's image, and accused him of exploiting Lisa to have children. Disputes arose between Michael and Lisa. Meanwhile, since the late 1980s, Michael maintained a relationship with his girlfriend Debbie Rowe, who was willing to bear his children without love, merely supporting him. In 1996, after Michael's health and marriage deteriorated, the couple separated. But the relationship between Michael and Debbie later deepened. They married in November 1996 in Sydney and had their son, Prince Michael Jackson, in February 1997. Gradually, the world noticed that Michael's children bore little resemblance to him, especially Prince, leading to rumors about their paternity. With the birth of their daughter Paris in April 1998, blonde-haired, blue-eyed and fair-skinned, suspicions intensified. Yet, Michael continued to assert his fatherhood without clarification. It must be noted that Michael's life was far from normal. He struggled for a long period with addiction to painkillers and psychiatric medications, adversely affecting his health and behavior. In 2005, Michael faced trial on new allegations, but was acquitted with Debbie's assistance. Despite this vindication, he endured years of physical and psychological hardship. His children's upbringing was unusual. They were homeschooled, wore masks to conceal their faces, and were isolated from the world at Neverland, to the extent that they were unaware of their father's fame. Michael raised his children with strictness, imposing rigorous study, respect, and self-development, yet remained a present father who spent leisure time with them. However, he could not shield them from the difficulties he faced. He died in 2009, at age 50, from an overdose of the anesthetic propofol administered by his personal physician, Conrad Murray, who was later sentenced to 4 years in prison for his death. After Michael's death, conflicts surfaced among his children, particularly between Paris and her siblings. Despite the enormous financial inheritance and millions deposited in her trust, the children had to learn how to manage public appearances, especially Paris, who emerged publicly and advocated for her father's defense. Paris pursued an artistic career. In 2020, she released her debut album, Wilted, which was well received by audiences. She also worked in modeling and acting, but suffered severe psychological problems during her childhood, intensified by bullying and media scrutiny, leading to depression and self-harm attempts. Her older brother, Prince, studied business administration, graduating in 2019, and co-founded with a friend the Heal Los Angeles Foundation, supporting children and families in need. He is also fond of the arts and engage in small production projects. Both Prince and Biggie maintain their privacy and have adopted moderate stances in defending their father. In recent years, the Jackson family has experienced internal disputes, especially concerning the Michael Jackson biographical film released in 2026, produced by the family. Paris refused to support the film and expressed dissatisfaction with its accuracy and objectivity, accusing the estate's management of mishandling her father's funds without consulting her. Despite the film's significant financial success, which benefits Michael's children, the story of Michael Jackson and his family remains complex, filled with mystery and controversy. Between fact and fiction, questions persist regarding Michael's innocence, the true paternity of his children, and a family relationship shaped under the glare of fame and spotlight. Ultimately, Michael Jackson's children have lost their father and face the world without his protection, each following their own path while bearing the legacy and complexity of their past. What are your thoughts on the Jackson family story? What do you anticipate for the future of Michael's children? Share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support us with a like for more content.